And if you could stand over there, Kelly, on that side. Yes, ma'am. Over there. All right. So a little bit you guys should know about Ranger. Ranger was donated by Project to Heal, an organization back east. Without them, this dog would never have have been able to begin his journey. He's with one of our lead trainers, Amber. And so we thank you, Amber, because without you, this dog would never have a mission to fulfill. Thank you, Amber. Amber's handing Ranger over to Chloe. And so we thank you, Chloe, for your commitment to this program, for your patience. And we thank you because without you, Ranger would never have been able to experience the world as he has. Thank you so much, Chloe, for your service. And now Ryan, one of Ranger's handlers. We thank you, Ryan, for your unconditional love and for your willingness to be curious. And so we thank you because without you, Ranger would not have the guidance that he needed in his life to be a part of Kelly's life. Thank you, Ryan. And now to our recipient, Kelly. We thank you so much from the bottom of our heart for your service to this country and the sacrifices that you've made. We thank you because if it wasn't for you, we would not be able to enjoy the freedoms that we have in this country. Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. And I could have Kelly come join us up on the mic. She's going to share a few words. And are you guys familiar in baseball? They're usually a cleanup hitter. And so that is what Kelly is for us today. So come on, Kelly, welcome.
You okay? Want to go to Ryan? Go ahead. Call it. Go ahead. You know, I walked into my first prison as a volunteer in 1986. So for 38 years, a week at a time, every Friday night, here at CMC, I've been coming since 2012. I started going into the East Yard at the same time they had just started the dog program. And every dog that came through, that came to my group, they bring them up and say, "What about this one, Miss Kelly? What about this one?" And they told me that they were being raised for veterans with PTSD, and I qualified for that. And I said, how big does the PTSD have to be? And they said, pretty big. And I said, mine's huge. So, yeah, I was the first female in Vietnam era to cross the flight line. And that had its own special kind of hell attached to it. And I've also been, in many, many instances, the only female going into men's yards in prisons, and only because I want to be that person. I love these guys. I've loved watching them with the dogs. I've seen it firsthand for the last 6 years. And 3 years ago, I applied to get a dog of my own. And there's no way on God's earth that this could have happened, because when I applied, I said I've got a 3-year window before I turn 70, and then I was not going to get a dog because I didn't want to commit to that relationship with a dog, knowing that I might get old or too old to take care of him and be with him. So you guys made it in under about 2 months. And when I got that call in January, I thought, no way in hell is this happening, because I had just given up. I had just thought, okay, well, it's just not supposed to happen, and I can, kind of roll with what happens and doesn't happen and accept that it's not supposed to happen. But I can honestly tell you that I've loved every single one of the guys that has handled these dogs, because they are amazing. What happens to them in the process has been awesome, and I can't imagine a world more perfect than for me to be the first service dog recipient since COVID and getting one from CMC that's raised inside. I want you to know that I'm in touch with almost every single handler who's gone through here and who is now out in the world. One of them is even fixing my tattoos for me. And It's an awesome world. It's an awesome world because that truly is the full circle of life. That truly is the full circle of what I have experienced and how Ranger came to me. And what's really wonderful and ironic is that Ryan is one of the few handlers I had never met before because he didn't come into the groups that I was in. But I love the program. I love watching it in here. I love watching what happens to these guys are my people. I love them with every ounce of my being. I always have, I always will. And when they leave, I get to work with them very, very closely, and I love that. I love coming in here and working with them, but I just love watching what happens to them with the dogs. And what a thrill that I get to take one home with me. My husband, before he died, made me promise him that I would never go into a prison and come home with a husband. He was terrified of that. And so I told the dog he's not allowed on the bed. But in every other way, he has become the love of my life, and I brought him home from CMC, and that's a beautiful thing. And thank you for the program that allowed that to happen for me. And thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate the love that you put into that dog. He's extremely special. He's like the star of the universe out there. He's having a great life. He lives right on the ocean. The backyard is a golf course. He's allowed to have the driving range to go out every morning, and I throw the toy and he runs like crazy. And it's just an amazing, amazing thing. And that truly is the full circle of what happened in my story. And thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you, Kelly.
I'm so glad I got to see your daughter.
Thank you, Kelly. For you guys might not know, Kelly's a rock star at this institution. The guys love her. She, like as she mentioned before, she comes faithfully every week to facilitate some of the groups that we have here, and so we really appreciate her. You're getting a great dog, and I'm glad that he has a great person. So, congratulations, Kelly. Now, before we close off, before I hand it over to Amber, one thing that I do want to mention is that on this day, we're also celebrating the graduation of Kai, Monarch, and Kirby. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here today, but we are celebrating their success. And believe me when I say that they're doing an extraordinary job out with their recipient and their families. And so we're proud of them, we're happy for them, so we could just give them a round of applause. And before I step off away from this mic, I just want to thank you guys again for your commitment, for your patience, for your love, for the collaboration that is happening, something that a lot of us who are incarcerated never could have imagined to be a part of. And so we thank you for that. And I want to specifically thank my two beautiful daughters for coming here today, Daisy and Jasmine. I love you guys with all my heart. I'm coming home soon. Thank you guys.
All right, I'll make this quick so we can go enjoy some food. I'm hungry. There's just a few last minute people that we want to thank for being here and for all their hard work in the program. First, I want to acknowledge all of our puppy raisers. We have a great group of volunteer puppy raisers that help take home our dogs. John, can you help me bring we have some gifts for each of you. So I want to invite up Carol Morrison she helped with Monarch. Round of applause. I guess you could just hand to them and, yeah. I think she might have left, but Jessica, who helped with Rex, give her a round of applause as well. I don't think she's here anymore. Chloe, who helped with Ranger. And then Emily, who helped with Penny. And then Henry's main puppy raiser, Taylor, could not be here, but we're going to acknowledge Kathy, who helped with him for a good part of his end of his training. And then also Denise Reed here today, who helped with him at the end before he was placed. And then I'll get hers for her later. Welcome. I would also like to thank our puppy raisers that couldn't be here today. Nikki, who helped with Kirby, Taylor, who I already mentioned with Henry, and the Fields family, who helped with Kai. We'll give them a round of applause. Okay, sounds good. Okay, and then the last group that I want to acknowledge is our amazing handlers. They have put in so much effort putting in this graduation and all of the effort they've put into our dogs. I just want to say I'm so thankful for each and every one of you and all the hard work that you put in. You guys have dedicated so much time and effort into the program, to the dogs, and to each other, and I'm so, so thankful for everything you have done for all of us. I'm so proud of you guys for all the hard work you've done, everything you've done, all the things you've overcome. We've overcome a lot of challenges in the last couple years. I could go through all of them. And you guys you show up every single day with a big smile on your faces, ready to put in the work, be there for us, for the dogs, for the program, and for each other. So thank you guys so much. I'm so proud of you. You guys should be very proud of yourselves and for each other as well. We have some certificates to hand out for the guys that were a part of each of the graduating dogs teams. First, I have Macario. Next is Carlos. And then Brian. Where is Brian? And Ryan. Rafa. Colin. And then John, I don't know if he's still here. I think he just walked out, but John as well. I also want to thank you to all of our new guys that have recently joined our program. We're happy to have you. I think we have Lieutenant Valencia that wants to come up. Once we're finished, I want to thank you guys all for being here today and being a part of this program. We have snacks and drinks out there for you all.
I'll be short because I know everybody's hungry, so I don't got a script. This could be quick. So once again, thanks everybody for being here and attending. More than anything, New Life Canine, all of you guys that make it happen. Jack, we really appreciate having you guys here. Without you guys, we couldn't have this. And most importantly, I want to say thank you to the family members. And the reason I say that is I want you guys to walk away with one thought. These guys really appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. Without you guys' support, it wouldn't make it that special for them. When you guys walk out of here, they're going to go back to their place, and they're actually going to be happy that someone was here for them today. So we appreciate you guys coming here today. And thanks, Carlos, for taking the time to facilitate this and be up here. I know you're a little nervous because of your daughters, but thank you. Thank you for doing that. Time to eat.